Business and economy. Trump's tariffs impact on Chinese businesses and how they are coping and what their strategies are. After watching this video, you're gonna know one very important lesson in investing and doing business.
Located in the province of Zhejiang in eastern China, the Yiwu International Trade Market is the largest small commodity wholesale market in the world. The businesses at Yiwu occupy such an enormous share of the world's supply of everyday, low-cost consumer items that chances are at some point in your life, you would have used an item that passed through the Yiwu International Trade Market, even if you don't realize it.
Right, they have so many items like, school bags, backpacks, and trolley, home appliances, shower head. Look at this, so many appliances that you and I use every day. So at least we might have used something from this Chinese Yiwu International Trade Market. So it's the largest wholesale market in the world. So of course there are lots of transaction happenings, right? Some of the countries like Mexico, Canada, or European, South America, they buy from Chinese Yiwu International Market, and they may sell it back to Americans market or European market. So lots of selling, people buy and people sell. That's very normal. So President Trump has been trying to prevent this cross selling, transit selling. Some of the countries buy from China and they sell it back to America. So that would be very, very hard to do. But and also Chinese businesses, they have a different strategy to cope with Trump's tariff as well.
Market, even if you don't realize it. This makes Yiwu an interesting case study of the impact of the trade war between the US and China. Zhao Huan runs a shop selling Christmas decorations from her family's factory. When the US announced a 90-day suspension of tariffs on China, she immediately got a message from an American client.
贸易战刚开始打第一轮的时候，客户并没有停止让我们生产，然后说增加到200关税的时候，就说这个订单先暂停，然后可能5月的样子，他说可以出了这个货，要着急出，要给他赶货，他要赶在这个90天之内，这个关税没有变化的情况下，把这批货出到美国。
But for Huan, this scramble was an exception rather than the norm. In recent years, her main markets have shifted.
我们近个2-3年来，就是南美的市场有巴西、墨西哥、阿根廷，然后智利增长比较快，就是说比较稳定。今年还有一个俄罗斯市场也相对很旺。
So learn something new, right? American businesses, they buy from China. So when tariff happened, they stop the oil. Then when the truce occurred, like 90 days, they try to rush the orders in, try to import as much as possible so that they can sell it back to American consumer. So this is gonna be, of course, she's accommodating her customers, so which are American businesses. So this will be exception. And also another strategy is they have been diversifying, right, to Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, and Chile, the Latin America, South America market. So this is a very good strategy. When you invest in stock, you should also diversify. When you have a business diversification, that will be really, really good.
Huan's case reflects broader trends in the export market.
So there's 5 pieces of the.
Many traders have diversified to mitigate the risks of trading directly with US clients.
市场最大的国家应该就是墨西哥呀，然后土耳其，然后印度客人我们也有，对，还有中东啊、南美这边的客户比较多。墨西哥的话应该是从去年开始吧。
While Feng Ling doesn't think her goods to Mexico are US bound, there have been reports of such backdoor routes used by US importers to avoid higher US tariffs on China.
while US importers, they are also smart, right? They try to import backdoor, import it to Mexico, then they could also change the label. Instead of made in China to made in Mexico. Then after that, they're gonna import it again. So that's probably cheaper, right? So if tariff on Chinese is very high, they have lots of incentive to do backdoor route. So import it to Mexico and label it as made in Mexico and import it to America. So that will be much cheaper. So what do you think that could be the solution, the best solution, right? Because it will be very hard to determine where the product is made from. If they just change the label, made in China to made in Mexico or Brazil or Chile or Argentina, it will be very hard to tell.
他们自己会去转口贸易。我们做的生意是全球化的这个，反正客户在哪，或者客户需求在哪，我们就会去服务哪个市场。之前都是中国跟美国代工或者做他们品牌为主嘛，接下去我们Yiwu这边也好，或者中国的企业也好，都是做自己的品牌向全球输出了。
Market diversification helps a lot, but there's still fears that the US-China rivalry can spill over in other ways. Juan's Latin American clients, for example, are wary about CK Hutchison's sale of its ports around the globe to a US-European consortium.
我们南美的客户担心港口全部卖给他之后，然后海运费是他们美国人说了算，因为他们不太讲些规则，然后会很怕这个生意没法做。
Despite looming challenges, some traders here are quietly confident that Yiwu will pull through, and it's their US clients that will suffer.
Right, because usually at the end of the day, the cost will be paid by the consumer. The American businesses, even Walmart, they have a very large buying power. They could push the price down as a negotiated long term, but you know what? Over the long term, they may just raise the price. Over 3 months, 6 months. Consumer, like you and I, we are forgetful, so we may not even notice that they increase the price. So we may just buy the items because we need it. Sometimes, if it's not grocery, like everyday item, then we are not buying every day. So if it's just I want to buy a bike, a bicycle, I want to buy a cat. It's just like you just buy it like once in a year or once in 2 years. You may not even notice the price increase, but still, we are still paying for it, right? So at the end of the day, businesses, they need to make money. So in order to increase their margin, they need to raise the price. If the costs are increased because of tariff, they may just increase the price. So which are the items that you have purchased recently that you already saw the price increase? Comment down below.
Yiwu的优势在于这个产品的更新速度和产品的成本控制，和这个我们后面的供应链，它去美国生产是完全不可能的。它的生产成本就光它人工这一块，不可能做到这样一个成本控制，或者它的整个全产业链的生态和技术吧。你如果美国它失去Yiwu的话，它圣诞节也不要过了嘛，70%的圣诞树就在这里出的，那它肯定还是会。
Right. So for Chinese advantage is that they can manufacture new products very quickly, the speed of their production, and the cost, the scale. Because of they have large scale, their cost is low, and their labor are also low as well. So 70% of Christmas trees are imported from China. So Chinese don't even celebrate Christmas, but they have so many Christmas items to export it to Americas. Hey, Americas, if you don't want to buy it, you're not gonna have Christmas. But they may just celebrate Christmas, pay extra costs. So that's what's gonna happen.
那他肯定还是会去采购，只是他们自己的成本变相增加了。
So even if the tariffs return after the 90-day truce, chances are that products from here could still end up on US shelves for quite some time to come, albeit at higher prices. Tan Yuguan, CNA.
So yes, even if Chinese tariff are returned, right? So what's going to happen is the price is just going to go up. So right now, US and China are having a good relationship right now, right? Chinese, US wants Chinese rare earth, so Chinese agree to export more rare earth, and Chinese want NVIDIA chips. So NVIDIA H2O chips are now being exported to China as well. So everybody's happy right now, but nevertheless, the cost could go up over the long run. So and the backdoor route, even if the tariffs get higher, the backdoor route will be very hard to close. So what do you think the solution is? Comment down below. If you want to learn more about stock investing, call option, put option, advanced option, you can go to Master Rate Stock Option Credos, subscribe to the channel. Remember, today's lesson is diversification. So open an account in the YouTube link and description, comment down below. If you want to reach out to me, you can comment down below or use the link in the description and comment down below. Share, subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.